Hi, you're listening to Dusk to Dawn, reading horror and weird fiction. We're your hosts, Amber and Dan.
Follow us on Instagram at Dusk to Dawn Podcast. Please rate our show wherever you're listening, and let's get started. Ho, 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 happy holidays, Merry Christmas. It is the winter season, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, and we are approaching Christmas, and we are in Christmas mode on this podcast. What are we talking about today?
Christmas.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's it. Yeah. We're not talking about a book. We're just going to do Christmas.
What do you want for Christmas?
A pile of books.
I got notes on what you want for Christmas.
I want time to read.
Just time. Just one time.
Which is going to be hard with a house full of people, but it's going to be so much fun.
There's one book I'm thinking of getting you, but you have so many books and there's so many books that you want that I feel like getting you a book is kind of...
I love getting books. Okay. What are you talking about?
I know. That's true.
It's more fun when you get it as a gift than having to buy it yourself.
That is very true. How long have we been listening to Christmas music now? For a week? I started after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, I don't put it on all the time, but like when we put up the tree, I did.
True.
And sometimes when I make dinner.
I noticed that I've been really okay with it. It's the beginning of the month.
It's not Mariah Carey stuff. It's like background jazz or classical. I like the calm stuff or the classics. I really like the Frank Sinatra and the Andrews Sisters and stuff.
I do okay with it. The other day you listened to Christmas for like 4 hours in a row or something.
Well, I think I was decorating wasn't I decorating the living room?
Yeah, it was like Sunday or something, and I was like, oh, this is fun. But I think by the fourth hour, like little bits of the music would enrage me. Because it's a lot to listen to Christmas music for 4 hours.
'Tis the season. I'll turn it off when I get tired of it. But in the meantime, you can suffer.
Play it up.
Speaking of suffering, what did we read this? I almost said this week. But yeah, I guess, sort of.
I kind of did. We read, and we are talking about today, Cain Kills by author Brian McAuley. And this was what a surprise. This was an Amber pick, and it's a slasher. Tell us
it is to die
the things about how this came to be.
One horse open sleigh, slashing through the snow. So I've actually never read Christmas horror before. This is my first Christmas horror book.
No, you can't. Well, I was going to say, you could probably make an argument for the Christmas Carol, because if you're like, well, there's ghosts in it. I mean, I know it's not a horror story, but it is a dude who like gets scared seeing ghosts. No, that's a stretch.
No, that's like, let's go learn some lessons. And the only one that's a little
Using
scary
ghosts.
is the last one.
Fair enough.
The Ghosts of Christmas Future, which actually, like my acting premiere and closing ceremony, I was...
It's a brief, illustrious career.
Yes, I was the Ghost of Christmas Future. So I got a dress as the Grim Reaper. I didn't say anything. I just pointed to the stage. And that was my starring role. So of course I was, the Grim Reaper. But anyway, yeah, no, that's not what I meant when I said I haven't read Christmas horror before.
Not even. Is there Christmas in The Shining ever? It's during the winter. I mean, I wouldn't. This is definitely not a Christmas book. But do they do?
I don't think they make it to. I don't remember. Yeah. I feel like they don't make it to Christmas.
Yeah.
Maybe they do in the book, and I'm only thinking of the Kubrick film.
Yeah.
Because I know that they were talking about having like a ham or a turkey in the freezer for Christmas, but that might have been Thanksgiving. I actually don't know. I don't consider that Christmas. It's like, I feel like it has to be specifically
to it,
Christmas. Like I've read stuff in the winter.
So like the Gremlins movie is Christmas.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, all right, let's talk about this book by first talking about the author.
Okay, so our author is Brian McAuley. He is a screenwriter and novelist who grew up in New Jersey on a steady diet of Goosebumps books and Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes. That's our kids on the way for that. Yeah, that's tracking so far. As a screenwriter, he has penned 5 films for the Lifetime Network and written and produced the award-winning thriller Dismissed, along with other television projects. His debut novel, Curse of the Reaper, was named one of the best horror books of 2022 by Esquire. Today, we are discussing his 2023 Christmas horror novella, Cain Kills. which has been followed up by its sequel, Candy Cane Kills Again, The Second Slaying. His new novel, Breathe In, Bleed Out, is USA Today's bestseller, and his short fiction and nonfiction have appeared in various magazines and anthologies. And actually, I just saw on Instagram the other day that Breathe In, Bleed Out is up for an award.
Oh, wow. And you just read that, completed it, correct?
I did just read that, yeah. And I really enjoyed it. So I like his writing style. We'll get into it more with these, but I liked it, and it was very, very different than the Candy Cane Kills series.
Did you complete Candy Cane Kills Again? I know you started that. Are you?
Yes, I finished it. I read both.
Oh, so you've read 1 and 2 of Candy Cane Kills.
Yeah.
So if you like what we say today, go and read the second one.
So this is part of the Killer VHS series, which we have mentioned before. That's a series done by our local publisher, Shortwave Publishing. And it's like a adult Goosebumps series.
And you read the first one, right?
Yeah, it was, what was it? It was like Melonheads, Revenge of the Melonheads, or Curse of the Melonheads, something like that. Yeah, that one was okay. This one I thought was better. And it's definitely quick reads, little bites of what it was like reading Goosebumps as a kid. It was fun. And these are definitely not for kids.
Yeah, the beginning, the first page has play on it, and the last page has stop on it. So definitely going into the VHS theme. And a core component of this story is finding and watching a VHS, which I'm guessing was probably also a core component of the first book and will probably remain through all of them.
Yeah, actually, when you mention it, yes. Not so much in Candy Cane Kills Again. I mean, it's already established in that one, but it's not. But actually, there are voice recordings that come up, but not video. I believe it's just like tape recordings.
Interesting. Do they still call it part of the Killer VHS series for the sequel?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it's still is relevant because it's just a continuation. So
you want to know what the book's about? I wrote it in one sentence.
Okay, let's do it. What's the book about?
Bad parents treat their daughters poorly, resulting in the creation of a Christmas killer in this cozy cabin slasher.
Oh, so cozy.
It's not that cozy. It's mostly gory.
I mean, there's a nice fire.
Yeah, it's true. It seems like a good place to go. Except, hold on, they go to this cabin, and shouldn't the dad be spending his money on other things? Isn't that part of the...
Yes.
All right, so let's set this up.
Poor dad. Dad's trying.
Yeah, mom and dad are having a hard time. Their marriage isn't going that well.
So the mom is Dana and the dad is Greg. And they're having a rough time in their marriage. It's implied that it's at least in part due to financial stress, probably some other underlying factors as well. But they have 2 kids, Austin, who's a teenager, and Fiona, who is, I think she's a tween. She is physically handicapped and is in need of crutches. They explain what it was. Is it a crutch?
She has a brace, right? I think it's a little different. Like I got the impression that it was.
She has
like a wrist brace kind of thing.
She's got she can barely walk, but she has like crutches, and then for Christmas she gets like the arm ones,
Christmas present.
Yeah. I mean, it's practical, but when you're young, you still want like toys and stuff, So she's disappointed with her gift, but she gets the ones where I don't know what the terminology is, but the ones that I think go around your arm and you hold it on your hands.
Yeah.
As opposed to going under your armpits, which can get really uncomfortable. So she has a hard time getting around easily, which obviously comes into play when they're running around in a slasher. So,
which causes a little bit of tension with her brother, of course, not just because they're siblings, but because she obviously needs more help than he does, just in terms of getting around. Mm-hmm. And there's some tension there with her being very independent and like, stop offering me help, I'm fine, I got this, but also needing the help. So there's some tension there. But essentially this family is going to the cabin. They're going to spend Christmas together and forget about their woes. But
But it's a horrible cabin.
But they picked the wrong cabin.
And the mom right away is just like, oh my God, like really? Because it's a bit of a bait and switch Airbnb. The dad's all excited to have nice fires, and Lynette, who is there renting it out, is like, oh, actually, that's just for show. No fires.
Yeah, he's like, we'll have a Christmas by roaring fires. Like, well, no fires.
Yeah. And everything's just not as nice as they anticipated. But, and the kids have to share a room with bunk beds. And it's just like, they're like, what the hell?
But they can still make it through. They'll make it. They're going to make this work.
And Lynette did a really good job with the Christmas tree. She got a Christmas tree. She decorated it. And everyone agrees that at least that looks really nice. So she leaves them to it. Lynette she's from town.
And Lynette needs money, right? I think part of why this place is kind of run down and not ready for guests is because it is newly on the market as an Airbnb-like place, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like, oh, you need to come in here because we're low on cash. So it's like minimum. Okay.
So not only does the family have issue with each other, as all families do, but the tensions are very high, very clearly very high for everyone. But Austin, the teenager, he also has an additional stressor because he has a best friend named Mateo, and they've been best friends forever. They were hanging out with their other friends, Ethan and Valerie, who's Mateo's girlfriend. They were all hanging out, and at some point, Austin and Mateo end up alone together. They're kind of drunk, and they kiss. They kiss. Oh. But then it gets awkward because they're like, oh, I'm not. Are you? Oh, you know.
Mateo's girlfriend is there, too, so it's a little awkward.
So it's...
She's drunk, though.
Yeah, and they're not, like, in the room, or they're sitting alone when it happens, but it's awkward. Austin goes home and then plans to go and talk to Mateo the next day. But his dad's like, oh, by the way, we're packing up and going on this vacation. And Austin is like, no, I have to go. And so there's a loose end there for Austin that he has this question lingering over his head. Like, what's going on with Mateo? Is Mateo mad at me? And we actually are able to find out pretty easily.
Because they throw him a surprise. Well, is it throwing him a surprise, or they just surprise him? They're not throwing him anything. But they get to the cabin, and Austin goes down to the creepy basement for something.
He hears them, doesn't he?
Yeah, something like that.
They make noise.
Yeah, he goes down in the basement, and then dun dun dun, surprise, happy birthday, and
it's Christmas.
Yeah, and like I feel like this place is probably a couple hours away. I think they might say it's like 2 hours away.
It's up in the hill. They're from LA, and this is up in the Angeles National Forest. So it's a bit of a drive. So they're all down there. They go to scare him and make him think that, it's like a haunted house thing. Valerie has a old school video recorder. She films his reaction when they scare the crap out of him. So then they're all there. So Ethan, Valerie, and Mateo all have shown up, and they're playing. This is Christmas Eve.
Yeah, and they're just like, we'll just be here and we'll hang out, and then we'll drive back home.
Yeah, we'll get drunk, we'll hang out, and we'll drive home before our parents notice we're gone.
But you know what? That sounds like something we would have done at that age, maybe, too.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Possibly. But anyway.
Not on Christmas Eve, though. My God.
Yeah, that's really pushing it. Well, especially not for you. You Germans cheating and celebrating a day early.
We don't cheat. That's the way it is. It's been like that for probably thousands of years. Anyway. So Christmas Eve. Really awkward.
Yeah.
Teenage thing to do.
But we now have our bodies in the house and the slaying can begin.
Yeah, so...
Which it does in the beginning. We should mention, for those of you who hunger for an early kill, we do get a handyman kill right up front.
Handyman. Yeah, he gets killed while he's doing the last little bits of cleanup. He's got a laundry list of things to do, and is unable to complete them. Lynette complains a little bit to Austin's family when they get there. She's like, well, he was supposed to finish these things, and she doesn't notice his truck's still out back, but it is. And then she leaves, and doesn't she get killed right away? Let's back up. So yes, we have the first murder, that is Rick, early on. But when they videotape Austin, we see this video, this really fucked up video of Candy Cane as a kid with her sister and her family. And
so they basically Valerie jumps out with the video camera's the surprise, and then it's like
records cameras it. Wow.
Records it, and they're like,
what are you, Gen Z? Don't even know
what
old-fashioned terminology anymore.
But and then they're like, let's watch it again. You were so surprised, you should have seen your face, or whatever they say.
Yeah.
And then rewind it, and then stumble upon the old video that was there, which shows the creation of the Candy Cane Killer.
Which is just awful. Like, this family is really messed up. Long story short, there are two sisters and parents who lived in the house. And one sister is just treated like shit, and the other one's given everything. It's messed up. And at the end of the video, the one sister, Candace, so it's Candace and Abby. And at the very end, Candace kills everyone. And she hurts Abby, but not quite kills her. And Abby's like, I have a gift for you. And then then I think as Candace is opening it, she hits her over the head or something. So it's...
Yeah, they do a whole Cain and Abel thing, except that it's sisters instead of brothers.
Yes.
And it's kind of funny because it's like they have this religious overtones.
Very strong.
Of the parents are, fundamentalist Christians, and clearly one of their daughters is behaving and gets all the gifts and the other one isn't. This scene's a little goofy because it's like the one girl is like, open your present, you get all the presents, you're a perfect girl. And then Candace opens her mouth and they're like, wait your turn.
Yeah.
So it's a little over the top, which I think is part of the fun of the book.
Yes, it definitely is making fun of itself.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to interject here really quick. This is explained a lot more in Candy Cane Kills Again.
The family goes back?
There's a big investigation into the background story. So
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So it goes, is it like a prequel sequel, or does it just have flashbacks?
It's a sequel.
Okay.
It's a direct sequel. Like when this ends, it's like the next sentence is the next book. So really, you could just read them as one book.
Yeah, and it's not too long. I mean, this is like
you could turn two novellas into a novel. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to derail the conversation. But yeah, so they clearly see that there's something awful going on, and they say, "Oh my God, we have to take this to the police." Right? They show their parents, and the dad's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go tell the police that this is happening." And then we find out it's like a town issue, and then Candy Cane comes and starts killing everyone. It's great.
Who dies first? I mean, besides Rick, who dies at the house first?
Greg.
Oh, the dad. Yeah, I mean, he was kind of a loser.
Also Ethan, because Ethan sees the truck and he's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Ethan has does he have any character development? He just dies. He's a red shirt, pretty much.
Yeah, so everyone's like, stay inside, and he's like,
he's like smokes a joint and tells the mom that she's hot, and then he dies.
Yeah, yeah. And he dies actually before Greg comes back, Greg's body comes back. But yeah, there's some great kills in this. Do you have a favorite kill?
It might be Valerie's, because she gets cut in half, not thrown out a window, but pushed over a window that's all jagged. So it cuts her torso in half, and then her body falls down onto the snow, blocking the garage doors, so that later on,
part of her is blocking the door.
Oh, yeah, later on, Austin can't open the door because her body's blocking it. So.
Yeah, and then has is it even PTSD at that point? He's thinking about, he's like, oh my God, she died. I'm re-remembering it and it just happened. But I think my favorite is the mom.
That was good. It was cool how the mom was a bigger character than I expected.
Right? I liked that a lot because I feel usually in what I've read, it's usually parents are either on a different side of it, right? Like maybe the plot is parent-child issues, like The Lamb. You should read The Lamb. It's very good. That's just the first one that comes to mind. Or the parents are non-existent, like in pretty much all Goosebumps. They're either obstinate or out of the picture. Or the book's about adults, or the kids are off.
Yeah, like it focuses on the kids or the adults.
Right. And what I really, really liked about this book was that Austin and Fiona's mom are part of the action. She's right there running with them, trying to hold doors shut and stuff. And I like that it's not like, okay, well, she's the adult, so she has all the answers. Like, there's a fucking murderer running around. No one knows what to do. I think it's really also interesting for seeing like the issues with the family. Like, mom doesn't take charge. She does a little bit, but it's not like, okay, this is what we're going to do. Everyone follow me, But when she meets her end, she sacrifices herself to give the kids more time to escape. And she tries to baby Candy Cane a little bit. She's like, has her crawl up in her lap, hugging her. And then, like knife in the back is her plan. And Candy Cane catches her and disposes of mom.
Yeah, I have to apologize to Greg, the dad. I called him a loser, but maybe I'm mistaking him with other loser dads. Because according to your notes, their marriage is on the rocks and he's got some responsibility to that. But he also brings the tape, the VHS tape, to the police. And he throws hot coffee in the cop's face. So he's not a total loser.
No, he's trying to like be more assertive and do what his wife. So he's just a pushover on everything. And it's driving his wife crazy. So there's some really interesting dynamics. There are a lot of issues between family members in this. And then there's also the love interest relationship with Austin and Mateo. But there's an interesting parallel between, I almost said Cain and Abel, Abby and Candace, who are sisters and they're twins. And it seems like they don't get along. Forgive me if I start saying stuff that might not even be in this book, because that's the
sequel messed up your memory.
Yeah, that's the downside of reading the sequel. But they're sisters, and at the end, Abby tries to give Candace a present, even though Candace just tried to murder her. So there is like a positive relationship there, but there's a lot of tension because Abby's being treated as like Little Miss Princess. Candace is treated like utter shit. And the parallel then is between Austin and Fiona, and they're not treated like shit. It's not polar opposites, but Fiona gets a lot more attention. A lot of their finances are going to helping her with her physical ailments.
Are you about to ask me if secretly does Austin want to beat Fiona's face in, like Cain and Abel?
Oh, no.
That's not where you're going. Oh, I thought you were going to say...
you? Now I'm curious. I want to know.
I thought you were going to say, like, it's kind of similar. So maybe there's a part of Austin who wants to kill his sister.
I wasn't thinking that, but I appreciate that. Is that what you, like, if I were to ask that, would you say yes or no?
I'd say you're crazy, but now I'm the crazy one.
We've all known the truth all along.
All right, sorry.
Well,
Continue
no, just the fact that they're both there, there's tension, and the difference is that Austin works really hard to save his sister, and Candace snaps and kills her sister.
I don't know if there's a connection. I feel like there's a backstory explaining the Candy Cane killer, and now there's a new family and friends who act as victims for this killer. Because I don't know, like, I didn't feel like there was really connecting threads between... Because Abigail and Candace, their story is so black and white. So, like, Cain and Abel, one's good, one's bad.
But in a sense, they're also trying to be loyal to each other, right? Because Abby does try to let Candace ride on her bicycle.
Yeah.
And tries to share.
Yeah.
And her parents won't let her.
Yeah.
So she is And you find this out a lot more in the second book too. She is definitely more willing to be. She's trying to protect her sister.
Yeah.
From this craziness.
So you see some correlation there between Austin being protective of his sister?
Yeah, and just, I mean, they might, they definitely have different relationships with their parents, but I don't know. I was just bringing up that it seems like there's a coincidence there. Okay, so because this is a Christmas book, I feel like we should focus a little bit on the Christmas aspects. So Austin, Fiona, and parents are going on this Christmas getaway. They get their Christmas Eve. They're going to spend a lovely Christmas together. God damn it. We're going to enjoy Christmas. Go to cabin. Enjoy Christmas. And here's a fun question for you. If you could change one decision made by a main character, who would it be and why?
Oh my God, I know the answer right away. It would be Mateo, the love interest.
Best friend?
Yes, Austin's love interest. Mateo ends up with shards of ornament glass in his eye, but survives. And then afterwards, they go to a diner,
Spoiler
they get some
alert.
food, and they're like hanging out and kind of being jovial that they're still alive. And he still has glass in his eye. So that's what I would have changed. There's no discussion of we need to immediately get you to a hospital. They're just glad to be alive while drinking cocoa, and he has shards of glass sticking out of his eye.
I thought that was hilarious. I would not change that at
You would
all.
keep that exactly
I absolutely loved that.
What would you change then?
That made it for me.
Really? That infuriated me. It didn't infuriate me, but I was like, okay, come on now.
And it's funny because in the second one, it starts with them sitting there and they're like, well, I guess we should patch you up. It's just so absurd. I loved that. What would I change? In hindsight, I would say the dad was an idiot for going to the cop and they should have just fucking left.
Well, isn't that a story of so many horror plot lines? You should have just not gone in there.
Don't fucking go down there. Honestly, I don't know. It's hard. I guess I would say I wish that maybe Ethan lasted a little longer. That his leaving was more in a panic state. They already knew Candy Cane was there and they were panicking to get away, as opposed to him la-di-da, I'm an idiot, and everyone's screaming at him get back here, there's a murderer right behind you, but only to draw it out.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually a pretty hard question to answer too, right? Because if you change what the people do, then the story is
changes to so many other things.
Yeah, it's a domino effect in a sense. I mean, honestly, if we're going to get right down to it, I would have just said Abby and Candace should have turned on their parents and just fucking killed them, and then
oh my God, just
that'd be the end of it.
Turn and kill your parents.
Well, Candace did it. Why didn't Abby just why didn't they have their twin
a sister
brain
psycho thing?
Eye twitch? Oh, I know exactly what you're thinking. Thing go on, and then they're just
why didn't they give each other the let's kill these people look?
Yeah, exactly. Don't you have that? I have that. Mom and I definitely have that.
You definitely give me that look. It's not so secret either.
Oh man, what do you think about the cop, Officer Brock?
Brock, that's such a cop's name.
I'm Officer Brock.
Nice, square-jawed, straight-shouldered kind of guy. Brock, I don't know. He's a jerk. What's his deal? He shoots the dad.
Yeah, well, they know. He knows.
He knows.
He is the symbol of the town, right?
That's right. Oh, I'm remembering this book now.
So glad. Next time you should just go on ChatGPT and say, can you summarize this book for me?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Be curious to try. Anyway, It was a poorly kept secret within the town that Abigail and Candace's parents were very strict and terrible to them. And so it was a badly kept secret when the family died. And like the community was just kind of like, oh, whatever, they're gone. They're done away with. And they never helped the two girls while they were alive, even though they're in a terrible situation. And so the cop is part of that, right? He's just like, like that family's bad apples in this town. I don't know why he talks like that, but still.
He's a cop. Don't all cops.
But yeah, so he's just complicit. It's not like they're...
Watch
it's not
too
so
much Dirty Harry.
I think it's not like a cover-up, right? It was more just like, we knew things were going bad in that family, and things didn't turn out well, and that's okay, because we don't like their type.
Yeah, well, they all thought that Candy Cane's dead.
Yeah, they thought, well, they didn't think she was like a killer. So one of the cool things about the house is at the very bottom of the house, they have like a little, like trap door in the floor that goes into, I don't know if it was supposed to be a pantry or something. I don't know. It goes into like a little hole in the floor. Yeah, it's like a
little cellar thing.
Yeah, and that's where they would put Abigail and Candace when they were misbehaving.
No, just Candace.
Sorry, Abigail never misbehaved. She was an angel child. Yes, they would put Candace in there anyway.
It's interesting that you say that, because that's not true.
What do you mean that's not true?
Well, but the thing, okay, you really have to read the second one, I guess, to like get the background on these.
I know so much more than you.
Yeah, if only you'd done your homework. No, this homework was not the second book, but it's hard now that I've read it to not like. But it was Candace in there, right? Yes, but only Candace, but not just, but like.
No, I screwed that up. They make it clear in this book that it was
okay.
Just
They
Candace
do okay, because that's part of the problem now. Is like I have all this extra information in my head, and I'm like, well, actually, I know that. One thing that I really, really love, bringing it again back to Christmas, is that as Candy Cane runs around and kills people, she's singing Christmas carols.
Yeah.
And it's just so ridiculous. I love it. And there are some good Christmas puns. Here's one. I'll call Lynette, Greg promises. Dana doesn't respond because if she opens her mouth, nothing nice will come out. It's a silent night in the diner after that. Silent night.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, because you were looking at me like, what the hell do you mean? Jesus.
Yeah, so she sings like little Christmas songs while she's murdering people. What's her murder weapon? Tell me.
It varies.
She just kills people with stuff that's around?
Yeah, like Mateo. So Mateo jumps into her, knocks her into the Christmas tree, and they struggle. And it seems like Mateo might be getting the one up on her. And then she grabs a broken ornament and shoves it in his face. So, and I think she uses an axe on Ethan.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry. Not an axe. It's a wrench because she pulled it from the toolbox from the handyman. Mom, she shoves what was it? It was, she stabs her in the ear, I think, with like a knife or something. So she doesn't have like her
signature weapon.
Her signature weapon. It's not like
and she's just like all
running
dirty
around little candy
stuff.
canes, shoving them in people's head. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and she's just like all dirty and.
Here, let's see. Let's look at. I'm going to go through our handyman Rick's death here and give you a little taste of. I'm trying to think of a good pun. Give you a.
Jolly good time.
Something like that. So, okay. So here's just a little taste. If you take good care of your tools, you'll never need to replace them, Father told Son, who told Son. That's how Rick knows that his claw hammer is gone, and he sure as hell didn't see the tool clutched in that raccoon's paw as it ran up the steps. No, that hammer is currently in the grip of a hand extending from a tall shape that's bleeding out of the darkness behind Rick now. Before he has a chance to turn and face the tool thief, a piercing cold explodes at the back of his skull. The dark room flashes, blinding white, and Rick collapses forward on top of his toolbox. He reaches back to touch the crown of his head, which feels like a hard-boiled egg that's been cracked against a countertop. Bits of wet eggshell peel away against his fingertips. When he moves his hand back in front of his eyes to see the bloody white flakes, his battered brain suddenly kicks in. Not eggshells, numbnuts, skull bone.
Numbnuts.
Yeah, I love he calls himself that.
Yeah, this is so interesting because it's definitely in the category of tastes like candy and such lovely skin and maybe one or two other that we've read where it's like simple young adult reading and then ultra illustrative gore.
Well, yeah, and this one is not YA, and I think because of the gore, but yeah, it definitely has that element because the teenagers and stuff.
But I mean, like if you took the gore out, it would be YA, right? The relationships are pretty whatever.
But I think that for this series, that's the point there is being that it's like a Goosebumps, so it is meant to read young, and fat, and young books tend to read fast. I just think it's funny. It's like a horror comedy to me, definitely. The singing, the absurdity, the fast pace, the easy read. It just reads. It's just hilarious, you know? Like she's carrying around Valerie's legs and singing like down through the chimney with lots of toys. Like it's just so silly.
Yeah, this feels like a book that knows what it is and has fun with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mateo ending up with glass in his eye and I think, like at that point, it's like if you didn't already know this book was making fun of itself, sorry that you didn't get there, but I really thought I thought it was clever because it knew what it was, right? Like not everything needs to be high literature, and especially during the holidays when you're busy, you sometimes just want a quick, ridiculous read, and this is exactly that.
Yeah, I think I read this in just a few days, and like a good fast reader could read it in a day or two. I feel like it would be a fun series to write for.
Oh yeah, I bet. There are quite a few now, I think, too. I'm not exactly sure how many, but one or two just came out this year. Okay, so yeah, and there are 7 books in this VHS series.
All right.
And the latest one, I think, just came out this year, but Candy Cane Kills again is 5, and Candy Cane Kills, the first one, is number 2. Yeah, like this line. Austin's rage swells once again toward all of Nodland. He sees it in Fiona's eyes, too, and Mateo's eye. Because Mateo only has one eye left. Like, he kills the dregs of his hot chocolate, licking the gritty residue from his lips. Why don't we have one more cup of cocoa, then go to church and raise some hell? And that's like the cliffhanger.
It sounds like they are still in the diner when
the
sequel opens. They're not at the church yet.
Yeah, like I said, you could literally turn the page into the next book and it would continue on. So, and I recommend it because...
I wonder if this one did well, so they're like, write a second one, dude. It's hot.
Probably.
Or if they planned it that way.
I don't know, but I'm glad that... Well, based on how it ends, I guess it could go either way because a lot of Goosebumps are left as cliffhangers. I feel like
part of the Goosebumps formula is having a twist at the end, whether or not it continues.
And sometimes it is a cliffhanger, but not always with Goosebumps.
How would you rate Candy Cane as a killer in terms of like slasher? Do you think, how did she affect you in that category of slashers?
So she's unique in a way for how she's portrayed. But then I continued reading more Brian McAuley and I figured out, I think that's actually just his style. But whenever she is about to kill someone, it switches to her perspective. So we see, which is really cool, but at the same time, it takes away the surprise of it. But honestly, in a slasher, like, you know, it's coming, right? It's just, it's not a surprise. But I like that you get her perspective, but it's relatively surface level. Actually, do they do that in this one, or is that just the second one? No,
they might at the end, because doesn't she curl up in the basement in the end, or like in the in the little like floor hole? Doesn't it talk about how she curls up in there? You went and confused yourself.
I think that's just in the second book. Okay, rewind everything I just said. So you asked the question. I liked her as a killer. I thought she was fun. She definitely had a little bit of the superhumanness, you know. She can overpower everyone and knock down doors even though she's a teenager. But it wasn't over the top. It wasn't so unbelievable that she could do these things. But I liked her. She was good. What I liked about her is that she was her own character, right? Like when we read Autumn Springs Retirement Home Massacre, the killer was a mystery, right? We had to solve the mystery. And in the end, it was more like a whodunit, right?
Yeah.
So we know right off the bat, like it's not like, oh, one of us is the killer. We know it's this person. And I like that. I think that takes away some tension, but it also alleviates some potential frustration when you're like, oh my God, just who the fuck is doing this already? Yeah, I liked her and her candy cane striped pajamas and just singing her
like tangled, dirty hair.
Yeah, her hair's all nasty and she's singing Christmas songs and it's just the absurdity of it. I did really I enjoyed her a lot. What about you? Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I thought she was pretty good too. I think, again, like what I mentioned is like, this is a book that knows what it's doing and trying to do and what it doesn't need to do. And we know she's going to kill some people. And so by giving a little bit of backstory to her, I think it gives you another character to add a little bit of development to. And then it helps tie it back neatly to the VHS, which gives some backstory there. So yeah, I don't know. She's good. She did some killing. I feel like
not your favorite, but entertaining enough.
Yeah, I think it fit well with the story.
Yeah, this is not highbrow literature by any means.
No, not like the classic slashers of Jason and Michael territory.
Oh,
high literature of horror.
Yeah, except those are films.
Dun dun dun. Wow, this guy's a screenwriter, so he probably wants this to be a film. I feel like this would be part of like an anthology film.
Oh yeah, like shorts.
Yeah,
like what's that movie we just watched? The Halloween one.
Oh, Trick or Treat.
Yeah, like Trick or Treat, where it's like that'd be cool if it was all little
like
stories
short
like
stories,
that.
But they're connected.
I mean, that one's connected, but even if they weren't connected, that would be fun. What do you think you would be interested in reading the second one? You can be honest.
My honest answer is no.
Yeah, that's fair. I enjoyed reading it.
If you really want to, you can assign it as a podcast book.
No.
I'll read it. I'm not like against it.
It made sense too when I read it like right after the fact. Like I guess when it came out, you wouldn't have necessarily read it right away, but it worked really well together. I am glad I read it, but at this point, it's been a minute, so you can't I feel like it's such
You need to follow it up right after.
Yeah, because it really is like the next sentence. So I think if you give it too long in between, it could be problematic. If you do want to read both, I suggest reading them together. And the second one adds a lot of backstory and is also just as much fun. She's still singing. And there's a cool twist at the end of this one, the first book. We won't spoil it for you, but there's a really good twist, and then it's all explained in the second one,
and
you're like,
good.
Oh, that makes sense, and oh, that's cool. I did enjoy it. It was it felt like the second one was a lot more clever because there was a lot of information to gather. This was more like run away, save yourself. That one's more getting the story of Candy Cane. So there's a lot of history there. And then it's like as someone dies, you see how their past paths have crossed with Candy Cane.
Past paths.
Say that 3 times fast.
Oh, interesting. Cool.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I definitely would recommend this for holiday reads for people.
Yeah, it's definitely fun Christmas time reading.
Yeah, especially if it's like pretty much on Christmas. You could
if you want to turn your brain off and with splashes of gore.
Yeah. Do it. While you're eating a candy cane. And listening to Christmas
sticking
music.
ornaments in your eye. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Or in other people's eyes, don't do that either. I think it's clear I liked it more than you.
Yeah. I will say I enjoyed this book. It was fun. Like I said, I think it's a book that knows what it is, which is a 3-star book that knows it's a 3-star book and isn't trying to be more than a 3-star book. And it's just like, when I say 3-star, because what I mean by that is it's pretty minimal character development, just enough to get relationships entangled to get to a place to be killed. And I've talked about how this is my issue with slashers.
It's B horror.
Yeah.
It's B horror. It's meant to be, and it is happy being that.
Yeah. So I struggle a little bit more with that setup, but it was still fun to read.
Just because it doesn't hold your attention?
Well, I just don't care about anyone.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're like, say you were like, your question was like, what would you have one of the characters do differently? But I don't care about anyone enough to think about what they could have done differently.
Yeah, but also this book you can read in one sitting. So how much time are you going to spend on character development?
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah. That's not the priority. If you want character development, read one of Stephen King's tomes. Maybe next Christmas we'll read Misery.
Misery? That's actually kind of a shorter one. I think it's only like 400 pages or something.
Well, that was the same as The Shining. We could read it if you prefer.
Oh my God. We could break it up into 2 episodes and do like the...
What,
is it like the first half is they're young and then the second half they're old, or is it interspersed? No, it's like a clean break, right?
It's a clean break, I think, yeah.
All right, what have you been reading?
Well, as I already said, I read this and Candy Cane Kills again. And then I also read Breathe In, Bleed Out by Brian McAuley. So I read
So you had like a Brian McAuley
session. They were fast. They were easy to read. Luckily, Candy Cane Kills was available at the library right away. And I had already bought Breathe In, Bleed Out before I even realized it was the same author as Candy Cane Kills. So that was fun. I was like, oh, I have his new book. And it's a cool cover. It's like a woman screaming. It looks kind of 50s. It's red. It looks like she's either falling or
it's a cool cover.
Running forward. I like it. And that was great. If you liked this enough and want more character development... that would be good. I mean, even though, to be fair, though, in that one, the characters are pretty much stereotypes, walking stereotypes, and die accordingly. But it's a slasher, but it's fun. I listened to 11/22/63. I think I started by Stephen King. I think I started that last time. I might have mentioned it. I finished it.
You didn't do the abridged version or anything?
No, that was 40 hours long. I was listening to that all the time. And I'm right back in it. I'm listening to another Stephen King book right now. But yeah, that one was good. I've had that one recommended to me by the algorithm a few times because of my love for Stephen King, my love for horror, which this was not really horror. This was one of his less horror-themed books. But then also my love of history. So... it was a really good combo. It was an interesting read. The ending was a good build up to get there, and I enjoyed that. So if you're looking for a ginormous book, I think that might be one of his biggest ones, if not. Yeah, it's right up there with it. It's huge. I read a very short, very, very short novella, I guess, called Crave Extreme Space Horror. That was really fun. This was by Crowley Barnes. This is a book that I enjoyed, but I would very much hesitate to suggest it to people.
Yeah. Is there some extreme space horror in there?
Yes, there is some very extreme space horror. There was some stuff.
Just super violent?
It's not so much violence. It's more disgusting. And then... it does have one of the triggers is one that I really shy away from normally, but the way that it was portrayed in this was not okay, but because of the context of what was going on, it made it a little bit more bearable, if that makes sense. Yeah, so it was intense. I enjoyed it. It got me started on a sci-fi kick. So I've been watching a lot of sci-fi movies, and I think I'm going to start reading a couple sci-fi books after
Ooh.
After some Christmas stuff.
Change it up.
Yeah, I would love to read some dark. I want to read like Blade Runner meets Dark City kind of books. Just that dark, depressing being in space thing.
You should check out not Blackout. I got a book on our bookshelf that there's people on a spaceship, and one of them's a vampire, and it's very moody and cool.
That sounds...
It's black something. Not Blackout, because that was that like historical World War II.
That was great. That was time traveling.
Something like that. Something like that.
That was a fun book.
Anyway.
Not really for this podcast, though. But I also, in one sitting, read Follow Me to Ground by Sue Rainsford. And you'd read that as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this one was really a cool concept. It's sort of horror. It feels a little more like folk... Yeah. Fantasy, like dark witchcraft
it does feel more dark fantasy
stuff. I don't know. I guess I have a problem with feeling that witches are horror, because Grady Hendrix just won the Goodreads Choice Award with Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, and I thought that was a great book. It's not horror though, so I'm like, there are legitimately like horrifying books, like The Lamb.
No, you like that one.
That one was nominated. Same with Stephen Graham Jones, Buffalo Hunter, and I can't remember any others. But I'm like, okay, I understand why it won, because it was a really good book, but I feel like it was miscategorized. I guess I have a thing with witches being, and this isn't technically witchcraft, but yay for Grady Hendrix. I'm happy for him that he won the award. I just don't think that book was horror. And then, I'm sure I had mentioned this before, I also finished, finally, The Barking Ghost by R.L. Stine with our kiddo. I didn't like that one. I didn't like that one.
Of course you didn't like it. It was a dog book.
It was a dog book. Yeah, it was fine. It was a weak story. I don't know. It was cool because...
Was it the kid's dog? Was it like a Pet Cemetery thing where like his dog came back? No,
they moved to a place and he hears barking, and then eventually they see dogs. And do you want me to ruin it? Okay,
well, I'm gonna read. What you reading there, babe? Just some Goosebumps. I'm 42, by the way.
Hey,
I guess I just read Candy Cane Kills, so I gotta be careful.
Well, also it would help boost your book count for the year. I bet you could read. It wouldn't take you a month.
I probably wouldn't start with a spooky dog story if I do pick up Goosebumps again.
Yeah, my son sometimes thinks he really likes dogs, so here we are. But anyway, so they get coaxed to this shack by these two dogs. It's this kid and the neighbor's kid, and they get turned into the dogs, and they're ghost dogs, so they can like jump through walls and stuff, but like people still see them, and they go home and try to like tell his parents, no, it's us, and they're like shooing them away. They eventually drag the ghost dog kids who've taken over their bodies to the shack and try to get themselves back, and like they do the whole little ooh spooky things are happening, and then the two kids see their bodies running away, and they're like, oh, it didn't work, why didn't it work? And then they look at each other and they're like, oh my god, we're squirrels. So there were squirrels in the cabin, and so I think they did like the squirrels were in the human bodies, and the then that was it. It was a cliffhanger. It was like, now we're squirrels. It was like, okay. It was all right. Okay. It wasn't the best.
Interesting.
I don't know. It was like book 36 or something. So maybe he was having an off season. But anyway, we've moved on.
When you pump out that many books, you're going to have some duds.
Yeah, and we're reading the Horrorland one now. What's it called?
Is that like a carnival kind of thing?
Yeah. They get lost in the woods. It's pretty funny. It's one day at Horrorland, and they're lost in the woods. Dad loses his way and is like, oh, I know where I'm going. You know, stereotypical dad, especially in like the 90s. And they see a big sign. They're like, cool, let's go there. And they're like, fine. You know, he's like begrudgingly like, fine, I guess I can ask for directions or two or whatever. They all get out of the car and the car explodes. And they're all like, what the fuck?
Damn.
So then they go to the gate and they're like, our car exploded. He's like, oh, sorry, that sucks. Are you coming in? You know, just like basically like totally.
Oh my God.
And it's like a supposedly a guy dressed up as a monster, but we don't know. And that's as far as we've gotten. So, but it's really fun to read. I just wish that it didn't work so well at putting my son to sleep because
you like
we
get
read
into it.
like 3 pages and he's out. And I'm like, okay, well, you know.
You have it so easy. I brush his teeth. I get him in his PJs.
All right,
I read
this
him
isn't
like
a
2
parenting
books.
podcast. Well, I don't know.
All we do in this podcast is talk about the
Sometimes
kind
it
of
takes
podcast it's not.
forever.
True. Sometimes you'll be up there reading to him for like an hour, and I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, it's my turn now, yeah?
Yeah, what have you been reading?
I did something that completely fractured my reading pattern, and I knew would do it. I don't regret it, but it's made my reading, it's caused a ripple in my reading.
You actually read a book?
Well, no, hold on. Here's the thing. I got into Swamp Thing book 3, still into it. It's still great, but there's something about comics where it's just like the nature of how an ongoing comic story is, and the fact where it's every 3 issues, there's like a different thing they're dealing with, like a villain or situation. And since I'm reading like the whole series through, I've gone through like, I don't know, 4 or 5 3-issue arcs. So it gets to that inevitable comic book feeling of like, this is happening. Now this is happening. Now there's a new villain.
Like circular.
Yeah, just like stuff is happening. It's still really good, but I think my brain started thinking of other stuff. And so I picked up a Warhammer 40K book.
Oh, just a little, just a little something on the side.
I know. I picked up the book and I looked at it and I was like, don't do this. Like, you got a good thing going on. You're reading Swamp Thing. I was reading some other like nonfiction history. I had a good rhythm going on.
Yeah, what is it? Roman history?
Yeah, the fall of the Roman Empire. I was starting to read a little bit about.
So you weren't lying about reading that for the rest of your life.
It's true.
Because you're going to interrupt it with Warhammer.
But then I started playing a Warhammer video game that is like computer RPG. And so it has a lot of writing in it and like put me into the world. And I was like, damn, I want to read some Warhammer. So I picked up some Warhammer. The book I have is an omnibus that's like 900 pages long. And whenever our son sees it, he's like, that's huge. But it's got like, I think it has got 3 books and like 4 or 5 short stories in it. So I'm at this weird crossroads where I'm 100 pages from finishing the Warhammer book I started. But then it's
so now you're going to put it down?
But I had to put it down because I have to read Krampus, our next holiday special book. So I stopped reading Swamp Thing, and then I read most of Warhammer book until I have to put it on pause to read another podcast book. So I got
just
myself.
Sit down and read the 100 pages. Just sit down and do it.
That's what Malcolm told me. He's like, you're 100 pages from the end, and you're like gonna not finish it. But
if you sit down and focus, it's like an hour or 2.
Yeah, but it's small font. You don't understand. You'd think Warhammer would have like 22-point font.
Well, then don't play a video game for a day.
Don't play a video game for a whole day?
I think we're coming to the root of the actual problem here. I think it has nothing to do with your ability to read.
40 Warhammer is awesome. I'm reading the first book, Xenos, I think it's called, of the Eisenhorn trilogy by Dan Abnett, who is, I believe, an English writer. And it's good, man. I'm telling you. It's awesome. It's like galaxy expansive sci-fi, but heavy metal included in it. Because there's like occultists, and like the god of the Imperium is dead, except that he's kept alive by the sacrifice of 1,000 souls a day.
Oh, nice.
There's all this metal stuff going on.
So maybe I should read some.
Well, here's the thing. It's very like heavy metal space opera, and it's really well written, but it is still like can't go too long without combat. So I don't know.
So you don't think I'd like it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you would. I don't know.
But it never occurred to you?
Well, it's like, I mean, he's a very good writer, so I wouldn't say it's like just a dude book. I'm sure there's lots of Warhammer books that are just dude books, like Space Marine.
Don't give it to this girly girl, that's for sure.
I don't know. No, it's cool. Maybe you should try it out. It's way cooler than Star Wars, I'll tell you that.
Ooh. Burn. I often find that I'm reading Star Wars books. I really liked the Obi-Wan book.
Yeah, it's super cool. There's like the main character is a psychic. They call him Psyker, and he's also part of the Inquisition, so he's an inquisitor who goes around looking for heathens and stuff. So it almost feels a little bit like the Torturers Guild from Book of the New Sun, but in like a pop space opera setting.
I like space operas.
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you would like it.
Maybe the next time I will also have ruined my reading and just be reading Warhammer.
Yeah, so I need to get out of this tangle. But for a while, I've been wanting to get out of horror, and I've also been feeling the science fiction tingle. So it's kind of fun to go into something just totally different. So,
do you think it has anything to do with the fact that it's getting dark?
Yes, absolutely.
And therefore we feel like we're in space?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think subconsciously,
it's better to pretend you're in space than just in a cloudy.
I think too, just it being winter puts me in the mind for like a lore heavy story. Like I remember during COVID, I read Lord of the Rings I think in like January. It's just good because I don't know, because it's so cold and dark and shitty, you just have more time inside. So I feel like it's easier to settle into an expansive world.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So it's super cool. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. That's all I got. I started that and then read Candy Cane Kills and started our next one, Krampus. So maybe we should talk about our next books coming up.
Yeah, let's do it.
We got Krampus the Yule Lord by Brom, Gerald Brom. It sounds like he just prefers just the Brom.
I don't know if it's a preference thing, but on his books, he doesn't put his first name.
Okay.
But like his Instagram handle, he does have his first name. So it might just be a pen name thing. I don't know. I guess we'll probably talk about it next time when we're
there's kind of that like
looking at him as an author.
Yeah. There's also that, I don't know, there's something with the one name person, right? It adds
and
an
Brom's
element
pretty
of
cool.
Intrigue or something.
Yeah.
Like I am the Brom.
I am Brom.
Yeah, so that's our next one.
Bringer of woe.
That'll wrap up our Christmas specials. I started that. I'm having a good time with it so far.
So do you know anything about Krampus? Is this lore new to you?
Yes. I know of Krampus. I know he's like the bad guy version of Santa Claus. No. I know very little. I know of Krampus and that it's...
Do you know what he does? What his shtick is?
No, not really.
Okay. Yeah, he beats children.
Nice.
So he beats German. Naughty children. Yes, actually, yeah.
Is it from like the Peter Struvel kind of thing?
No,
or is it
Peter Struvel? No.
Struvel? Or is it?
No. Struvel Peter. What did you do to my brain? Struvel Peter. Not Peter Struvel. That sounds like a cake. I was like, wait, something's wrong. I think it originates from German culture, but if not, it's still heavily practiced there. And especially in Austria, they have parades and stuff. So whenever you see pictures on social media, that's probably in Austria or maybe Bavaria. But
yeah, it seems like
we'll
that kind
get
of place.
more into it. I was just curious going into it, like if you know anything.
No, I mean, I've heard of Krampus and know he's like the dark folklore version of Santa. I mean, not like version of Santa, but you know what I mean. Like the bad guy doing Santa. That's not the Grinch. That's folklore.
Yeah. That's actually a good question. I wonder if the Grinch is based off Krampus.
Oh, I don't know.
In some form. All right. Anyway, so...
so next up we got Krampus, the Yule Lord. And when does that come out? That's like...
The 23rd, I think.
Right in time for the holidays.
Mm-hmm, the 23rd. It comes out the day before
So if you don't have
Christmas.
any presents, just be like, hey, I got this podcast. You should check it out. Anyway, or you can also give them presents and tell them about our podcast.
What is the gift of our...
The gift is like,
rambling?
Here's a podcast and they ramble about 2 Christmas books.
Oh, specifically that episode.
And this one.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
All right, after Krampus the Yule Lord, as we've mentioned, we have the month of Rosson coming up in January.
The month of Rosson.
I'm excited for this, not because I've read Rosson, but because I've heard from multiple people that he's an awesome author. And we are reading Fever House, followed by The Devil by Name, which is his duology. I believe, unless there's like a third book that's not out yet.
It's a duology.
There you go. I love that.
He just came out with a new book this year. Yes, it's still this year. Coffin Moon It's like a skull with like
I think I've seen that.
a road coming out of its mouth kind of thing.
Okay.
Looks like a very 70s
Wait,
cover.
is it out or it's coming out?
It is out. We own it.
Oh, that's probably why I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yes, we have it on a bookshelf.
And Fever House, I believe, was your pick.
I think so.
And then we just decided to do both for whatever reason, maybe because we realized it was a duology.
Yeah.
But I have not read it either, and it's been on my radar for a long time, and I've heard wonderful things as well.
This might have been our friend John. It might have been John saying, like, you got to read this. Maybe.
I'd believe it. And it's really cool. And part of the reason we're doing the month of Rosson is because he is a local here in Portland, and the books take place in
they do?
Portland.
Oh, super cool.
Yeah.
Got to support our local authors.
So we'll have to go on some field trips, I think, while we're reading it.
And he's also going to give a talk at one of our HOA meetings.
Yeah.
HOA. Oh my God, I did that. HWA, the Horror Writers Association. He will be giving a talk at one of our meetings.
For our chapter meeting, yeah. And he went to, I think I had mentioned this before, but he went to Broadway Books, which is one of our local bookshops, and signed a bunch of his books. So I went and bought, that's why I got Coffin Moon, because they had it signed by him, and I got Devil by Name. So got to support your local authors. So we've got local publishers. We've got, let's see, we did Yeehaw Junction is by Moonstruck Books, and Moonstruck Books, the publisher, is local here in Portland. The author lives in Florida, though. And then Candy Cane Kills, again, the publisher, Shortwave, is here local in greater Portland area. And then we'll read Keith Rosson, who is a local. And then I think we might actually have later, too, we're reading another local author, but I'm going to keep that for later.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So hey, it's cool to keep a little local. Well, and also is Langan? No, not or Evenson. Is he local?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. I don't know. I feel like when we saw him speak, it felt like he comes here a lot.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I said that about Jeff Vandermeer. I just saw his book talking.
Maybe that's what I was thinking.
He
of.
lives in Tallahassee, but comes here a lot or something like that.
Okay, maybe that's it.
I don't know.
Anyway, fun stuff. So
yeah, we got good ones coming up, and good luck with your December goings on.
Yeah, whatever you do, enjoy.
Yeah,
and if you do nothing,
and
enjoy that too. Hey, nothing like being stuck inside due to the weather if you live in a place where that's a thing, and just read a good book. So even if you don't celebrate or maybe have to spend this Christmas alone or something, take care of yourselves. Stay comfortable, read some good horror, enjoy the last little bit of this year. And if you had a bad year, just look forward to next year. It's almost here.
And whatever you do, join us in 2 more weeks when we release our episode on Krampus, the Yule Lord. Until then, we'll see you next time.
Well, if you've made it this far, then we didn't scare you off. Thanks for listening to Dusk to Dawn, reading horror and weird fiction.
Please rate our podcast, and if you like, follow us on Instagram at Dusk to Dawn Podcast, which is also our Gmail address. Tell us what you liked or didn't like about the show, and let us know if you have any book suggestions. See you next time. Bye.